All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to talk about how female narcissists will trap the men that they're with. And a lot of times they do that by planning a pregnancy. Yes, they will trap you with a baby or babies. So if you're a man who suspects that you are with a female narcissist and you haven't had a child yet, use this video to protect yourself. If you are a man who suspects that they're with a female narcissist and you already have a child with that person, you can still use this video to understand what to expect, why it happened, and how to protect yourself in the future. All right, so in a previous video, I spoke about the type of men that female narcissists go after and some of the traits that they look for, or some of the characteristics that they look for in a man, is that he's a protector, he's a hero, he has integrity, he sticks by his word. Another common trait they look for is a man who works hard. They also look for men who are like wanted by everybody else. Let's say you have like high following on the social media, or like you're known very well in your community. They want somebody with prestige, somebody who is well known, somebody who they feel is wanted by other people, because remember, at the end of the day, it's about an image, right? So they want a good person, they want a hardworking person, and they want a person that they deem to be wanted by other people. So one thing that a female narcissist really wants to do, because remember, they don't like to work. They think that work is beneath them because they have these ideas of grandeur. They think that they deserve the best without giving anything in return. They want a paycheck. They want somebody who's going to support them in their whims, no matter what. And one of the ways that a female narcissist will accomplish that is by planning a pregnancy. So first of all, I just want to let you know, if you are wondering if the woman that you're with is a female narcissist, the fact that you're wondering is a huge red flag, right? So that's the first thing. Second thing, if you were ever planning on leaving, right, and the female narcissist was aware that you're unhappy and that you want to leave, and all of a sudden she's pregnant, all of a sudden, I mean, you know, unplanned pregnancies do happen, they can happen, but you have to think about the statistics and the timing. If they were able to maintain not being pregnant before, how now? You know what I mean? So you have to wonder about these things, because women and men do plan pregnancies in order to trap and keep the people that they're with. So that's the first thing that you want to look at. One, if you're suspecting that the person is a female narcissist. Two, if the pregnancy was able to be avoided before, now all of a sudden when you wanted to leave, boom, pregnancy, right? And don't get me wrong, fellas, I know that if you do have your baby with a female narcissist, that you love your child, is probably the best thing that ever happened to you. But you have to keep in mind that a person who will use a human life to strategically trap you is a very high level of deceit. And if a person uses that level of deceit to trap you, to give you really no options, right? Because they did not get your consent, that person will also utilize other forms of deceit against you. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind, because when it comes to female narcissists, whether they have a child with you or not, they can reach low depths of victimizing their boyfriends or their husbands. And since they really have no moral compass, they don't mind the lengths that they'll take to use that deception against you. So I'm glad that you're happy with your child or children, but you have to keep in mind what this person is capable of doing, all right? So I wanted to bring that up. So let's talk about why they use children to trap their mate, right? So first of all, I already mentioned your traits, right? If they felt that you wanted to leave and that you weren't happy. Remember, at the end of the day, they are very lazy. They want to get the supply from you, and one of those supplies is what you've worked hard for. Female narcissists are they're very irresponsible with money. So they want to be able to continuously run through your money. And I'm sorry to say, but what better way to do that than to use the baby as an excuse? So before she had the baby, if she's a covert narcissist, she would use emotion to manipulate you, right? If you try to comment on something that she was doing that's wrong, she would use something from her past or pretend that you're hurting her feelings, or she would attack you and make it appear that you're not doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. That's what she did before the baby. She's going to do that after the baby, but she's also going to use the baby as like her magical pawn against you. She will use the baby to demand more money. She will use the baby to control your time. She will use the baby to corner you, unfortunately. So it may look like there's like a total motherly love, but she will use the baby as an excuse for not doing what she should be doing around the house. She'll use the baby as an excuse for being irresponsible with money. She'll use the baby as an excuse for needing more money. It's actually quite sickening, because when you think about how babies are supposed to be cherished, and the fact that a mother would use her child as a pawn to make excuses for herself, is pretty unethical, but they will do that. You will have to be careful about how much money you give them and make sure that it's used on the child. That's happening as well. So just be very aware of the fact that they will use that to keep you in their lives and within reach. Is there a way to still get out of their space after you've had the child? Yes, there is. But if you haven't had a child with a female narcissist and you can avoid it, use this video and use other videos that I've created so that you can figure out what the red flags are so that you can protect yourself. If you do have a child with a female narcissist, understand that this is not going to make her better, okay? Major milestones in life don't make female narcissists turn into good woman all of a sudden. It's not going to make her a better housekeeper. It's not going to make her a better person. It's not going to make her more responsible. If anything, she now has a new excuse to be insufficient in those areas. So I want to remind you of that. So a lot of people think that maybe the baby will make her more responsible. Maybe the baby will change her perspective. The baby is just another tool, another venue to keep tabs on you and to control you, your money, and your finances. So yeah, it's a pretty serious situation, and one reason why you want to fully acknowledge the fact that you are with a female narcissist is when they get to a point where they really want to be controlling and harmful, and it reaches a court level or a co-parenting situation. There's a whole different set of tools that you'll have to learn in order to deal with them in the court setting and with co-parenting, right? In order to ensure that your child has a healthy experience. So if this is you, if you are going through issues right now with a possible female narcissist that you've had a child or children with, and you don't know how to navigate the process, please share your experiences so that I know what to touch upon in my next video. If you are with a female narcissist and you have not had any children with them, run as fast as you can. Just run. Like, buy the best sneakers out there and get to running. Like, do the Forrest Gump. because once she has a chance to really trap you, she definitely will. So that's it. I just wanted to give you another tool that the female narcissist will use to try to trap you, and so you can be on the lookout for it. I hope this is helpful. Let me know what else you want to talk about in future videos, and I'll definitely make sure to provide more information. But in order for me to provide more information, I need you to hit the subscribe button and become a subscriber and ask for notifications. And I'll make sure to keep you up to date with all the knowledge and tips that I can provide for you in future videos. Take care.
Time to run it all. How you wake up?